What you guys, got another video on how to upgrade from Windows 10 to Windows 11 on any PC. Regardless of your PC is supported or not, this should work for you. Now, I've had quite a few people contact me asking me to make a full guide on how to migrate from Windows 10 to Windows 11, and we'll cover every single thing about Windows 10 that you're going to need to know about the end of life of Windows 10, which is on October 14th, 2025. Unless you extend for one more year. We'll talk a bit more about that a little bit later on. But first, let's go and talk about what you first need to do on Windows 10. First of all, you're going to need to go into your settings panel and go into update and security and make sure that you have all of the latest updates for Windows 10. You need to make sure that you get the latest updates as soon as they're available and fully update the system. If you've had it on pause or you're on an old build version of Windows 10, you're going to need to make sure you're on 22H2 and it's fully updated to the max. Otherwise, you can run into issues when migrating from Windows 10 to Windows 11. It's free to upgrade if you have a compatible PC that is eligible for a free upgrade to Windows 11 from Windows 10. If it's an old PC that is not compatible, you can still upgrade to Windows 11 and keep all your applications and data. So you can still do it. Again, that will be at your own risk because Microsoft have said they can stop security updates at any time. As it stands right now, you can still receive all of the security updates on that system. You probably won't get any support from Microsoft, but you will get updates and everything else just like everyone else. So I've got these updates here. I'm going to need to restart the PC, and we can then move on to the next step. So I just have a few more updates to do here by the looks of it, and then we can move on to the next step. Now, what I want to point out is at this stage, there is certain criteria that you're going to need if you want to upgrade legitimately. You can normally do it inside this Windows update area. If you have a legit PC, it will show up here and you can roll out an upgrade from here. You don't have to do it the way I'm showing you. You can check your hardware requirements right here to see whether your computer is compatible with Windows 11. Microsoft have a little tool. You can do a search for Windows 11 hardware requirements or just use the right-hand links on the right-hand page and it will tell you whether your PC is eligible for Windows 11. If you're on an older system, then you can still use this method I'm going to show you. And even if you have a PC that is eligible, you can still use this method as well. Now, if you are looking to stay on Windows 10, which you can do for one more year, and you can enroll for free, but you will need to still have a Microsoft account, and you still need to have an activated version of Windows. Otherwise, you cannot extend your security updates for one more year with Windows 10 and Microsoft. If you don't have any of these requirements, then you're not going to be able to enroll, okay? So it's important that you activate your version of Windows and you also sign into your Microsoft account. You cannot be in a local account to enroll into the extended Windows update program for Windows 10. So basically, you just got to sign into a Microsoft account, make sure your Windows is activated, fully update Windows 10, and then you should receive that update and it should come down. If you haven't received it, then you're not doing something right. There's something wrong with your settings or you haven't set up your PC correctly. You can do a search on the internet for extended Windows 10 updates and it will give you all the information. I've made videos on it and it will tell you about the enrollment options. If you live in the EEA, you'll basically be able to enroll for free. You won't have to pay, but you still have to sign in. I made a video about that a couple of days ago. Check my channel and it will tell you all about that information. I'm not going to go all through that here because I've already covered it in the previous video. You can check my YouTube channel. There's all the information here on the screen. You can just do a search for it and it will tell you your needs that you need to be able to enroll into the extended security updates program and what you'll need to do. Now, the next bit of information is really important. You need to back up all your data. You can't rely on Microsoft to keep your data safe. It's important that you back up all your data. You can use whatever software you like. There's tons of them out there. There's plenty of free options out there. You can choose which one suits you, or you can use the pay software. It's entirely up to you. And then back up all your data before you continue with this process, because if something goes wrong, you're going to lose all your data. It's very unlikely something's going to go wrong, but you just never know. Next, you're going to need to download an ISO file, and you can download that from Microsoft's website. At the time of making this video, it's Windows 11 24H2. You can download it, and you can see there's a Windows 11 installation assistant here. There's also create Windows 11 installation media, and there's also download a Windows 11 disk image. That's what we're going to be downloading here for this video. You'll be able to use this method on any PC, whether you are eligible for Windows 11 or not. You can still use this method and it will work. So what you need to do here is download the ISO file, and you need to check your time and language for that PC. So go over to your settings, go for time and language, and inside here you can check your region. It's important that you use the same region ISO as what you have set on your PC. If you don't do this, you will not have the option to save your applications. It's going to remove your applications. If you want to save everything when you're upgrading to Windows 11, just make sure the regional information is the same. In this case, it's the United Kingdom. So I need to make sure that I'm choosing English International. If you use English United States, the option for saving your applications will not be there and it will be grayed out. So make sure you choose the correct version for your region. Once that's done, you can then download the ISO file. Once that ISO file is downloaded, you can go to the section where you downloaded it, which is in my downloads folder right here. And this is the file right here. This is the ISO file that we're going to use. I'm going to go to view and make it bigger so you can see it. But this is the file. Right click on it and click mount with your left mouse button. Click open and this will show you all the files inside. Let me make these bigger so you can see all of the files. Now what we're interested in is the setup.exe file. Now you want to right click on this file. Right click on it and drag it over to your desktop, just like so. Create a shortcut right here. It says it right there. So do that. And all we've done is created a shortcut of our setup.exe file inside our mounted ISO. What this is going to do is now we're going to right click on it and go to properties. From here, we're going to change the target. You can see it says e:/setup.exe. We need to put inverted commas right here on the front of the E and at the end of the exe. And then we need to do a space and then space / and then we're going to put in product server. Let's go ahead and do that right here so you can see me doing that on the screen. This just saves you from opening up a command prompt and running it from there. This will do it straight from the executable shortcut that we've just created. Click OK, and now we can double click on that file. Say yes to the user account control, and this will open up the installation window box. You can see it right here, install Windows Server. Don't worry, it is going to install Windows 11 Home or Pro. So now from here, we need to change the setup downloads updates because we're not going to be doing any updates right now. It is recommended, but we're just going to say not right now. This is because it's just going to be a lot quicker for me to get the installation done rather than downloading all the update and drivers and stuff like that. You can do it afterwards. So I'm going to click next, and this is going to get a few things ready and check your PC. This will ignore any sort of, unsupported hardware by doing it this way. So we're just going to click on accept their terms and conditions. Now it's important before you continue that you have enough space on your drive, enough free space, because it's going to need around about 30 gigabytes, 25 to 30 gigabytes. 40 gigabytes is going to be plenty. So make sure you've got enough free space. If you don't, the upgrade process will not be able to continue. Now you can see, choose what you want to keep. We're going to be keeping our files, our settings, and all of our apps. Another question I see quite a lot is, will my Windows 11 be activated when I upgrade? The short answer to that is yes, it will. You will get a free upgrade from Windows 10 to Windows 11 and it will be activated. You can always go back to Windows 10 as well, and we'll talk about that in a second. It's just going to make sure we're ready to install Windows 11. It's also going to make sure that you have enough free space on your drive. At this stage, if you don't, it's going to back you out and it's not going to let you upgrade. So we're going to now install Windows 11 Pro right here. Even though it says Windows Server Setup, we are installing Windows 11 Pro, or if you have a home version, it will install that. It will tell you exactly what you're going to be doing right here. From here, it's going to start to install an upgrade from Windows 10 to Windows 11. Now, don't worry if you see installing Windows Server. It's not installing Windows Server. It's installing the version of Windows that is on your computer. This is just to skip all of the checks that Microsoft do to install Windows 11 on your PC. So let's speed this process up and install Windows 11 on this system. So you should see it speeded up pretty quick here, but you will see something looking like this, and it's going to reboot a few times until you get to the desktop. You've now just upgraded from Windows 10 to Windows 11. Now you can delete the shortcut on the desktop, just like so, and you can unmount the ISO file that you mounted earlier on to upgrade. So just right click on it and eject. You can delete the ISO file if you want to, and it's important that you now go and do all of the latest Windows updates for Windows 11. You might want to debloat Windows 11. It's entirely up to you. I've made videos on that topic. You can go and watch my videos on that. And what you've done here basically is upgraded from Windows 10 to Windows 11 without using any form of scripts or anything like that. It's super easy, and you don't have to put yourself at risk by using any of those tools that you find on the internet. So what we're going to do now is download all the latest updates. Now, we're on a local account, as you can see right here. Now, it's important to note that if you want to roll back at any stage, you only have 10 days. You will still be able to reinstall Windows, but you will lose all your data if you do that. You have 10-day period to roll back using the go back method you can see right here. If you want to extend that, you can do up to 60 days, which is probably advisable if you're still unsure about upgrading from Windows 10 to Windows 11. So the default rollback is 10 days, and we can extend that to 60 days. And this just gives you 60 days of rollback options for Windows 11 to Windows 10. So all you need to do is open up a command prompt with administrator privileges and type out this command here, and this will give you 60 days rollback to Windows 10 if you want to. Now, there should be plenty of time to decide whether Windows 11 is for you. Remember, you can always go back to Windows 10 and use the enroll option to extend for another year with Windows 10 if you decide to do that. That option's always going to be there for you. There's no deadline. You can do it at any time. Just remember, you don't get 1 year from the date you enroll. It's from the end of life date. You get 1 year from that date. So the longer you leave it, the shorter time you're going to have on Windows 10. And as it stands right now, people are assuming that there's going to be another year after that. Microsoft have clearly stated that there is only going to be 1 year extended. Now, they could change their mind, but if they're saying there's only going to be 1 year, then you're probably only going to have one more year with Windows 10, unless you're on one of these LTSE or IoT LTSE versions of Windows 10. Also, it's important to note that not all computers can run Windows 11. Some of them are just not capable of running Windows 11 because of the pop count and things that Microsoft have in place. Some of the really, really old systems just will not support Windows 11 at all. So if that is the case, then this option is not for you, and you will need to either buy a new computer or extend for 1 more year with Windows 10 and then use other alternatives like Linux or Zero Patch. Anyway, with that said, I think that's going to be about it. My name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Just want to say a quick shout out to all my YouTube members who join my YouTube members group. I really do appreciate the support, and I shall catch you in the very next video, or I'll see you on the Discord server for a chat. The link is in the video description. If you need any more information on this sort of topic, then you can always check my playlists in my videos. I've done plenty of videos about end of life for Windows 10 and extending Windows 10 and all that sort of stuff. So check my channel for those types of videos, because there's tons of them there explaining in more detail about what we talked about in this video. Anyway, with that said, bye for now.